Hi guys, welcome to another video of Painting with Catherine. I'm just putting on some gloves right now, getting ready to work on this painting. That's my lovely geometric that I've been working on for quite some time. I don't always wear gloves, but you know, I decided to do it for you guys for the video. So first thing I want to show you is the palette. I'm just pulling off the cover right there, keeps my paint wet, very nice. This is Galkyd. It keeps my stuff from, it actually dries my paint out much quicker. And usually I don't put on the palette. You can see me like shaking my finger. No, I'm going to put it in the cap of a tray just so, because it does dry out pretty quickly and I don't want it to mix in with my pigments, so I'm just putting it in that cap so that I can just dip into it when I need. Okay, so here's the 4 brushes that I'm using right now. 1/4 1/4" Simply Simmons, which is a lot bigger than this Princeton Catalyst 1/4 inch. I don't really understand. I prefer the Princeton, or the shape. I prefer the Simply Simmons for the quality, honestly, even though it's a $4 brush. These are a 0 and a 1/8 inch. That one's an angle shaper as well, so just, these are so dirty from the last time I used them, from the last painting that I used. It's pretty funny, but it works. And Gamsol. So you keep it in a glass jar because it gets the sludge at the bottom. Like, you don't want to use it out of the bottle that they give it to you. You keep it in a jar like this, and you also have a lid on it because you don't want the vapors to seep out. Alright, so here are the colors that I've been using. There's a video about how I mix these in one of my vlogs. I don't know which one. I'll try to find it. And this is what we're working on today, just this area right here. It's pretty light, and I go from lightest to darkest when I do this so that I can get those knocked out. Alright, here's just a little quick how I mix in the Galkyd. So I just dabbed my palette knife in that little cap and dabbed a little bit in the paint and just mixed it together. I don't want to mix it in directly into the pigment. I want it on the side like that because it dries out and I don't want my paint to dry out that fast because I'm not going to use all of it in one day. So that will stay dry. The actual paint, you know, dab or whatever, it will stay wet longer, and then I can use the, you know, whatever it's called, the Galkyd mixture for a little bit longer. So my camera's dying, so hold on a second. I don't know how it died so quickly. It's like I just charged it yesterday. So you saw me just like do a thumbs down there. I think I had too much Galkyd mixture, so it was too thin and it didn't fully cover, you know, that gray, so I had to just like remix some. And I don't always mix my Galkyd in. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I like ran downstairs to my car to get my battery. Oh my goodness. Okay, so technically it's like unprofessional to like mix Galkyd, like mix the medium, or like even mix colors with a brush. Like, you're supposed to use a palette knife. The reason being is that the paint can actually like soak up into the ferrule and it will like ruin your brush faster. I buy these brushes so often, it's like I'm always buying them because I don't know, it's the way that I paint for some reason or something. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't really matter. So I just end up like mixing in a tiny dab basically every single time I go down to the palette to get more paint. I'm like, dab it in the Galkyd, mix a little bit on mix a little bit in the paint. So today, this painting, I'm just working on adding color just to the geometric. I think I've discussed this like 5 times already, but like, I'm not adding any color to the background or on the foreground, or just, well, I guess this is the foreground. Just the ice cave part is the only part that's going to have color in it. There's a lot to be done with this painting, and it's going to be a while before I get it done because I have school coming up in just not this Monday, but the following Monday, I have school coming up, and I'm going to have 15 hours, so I'm going to have very limited amount of time to work on this painting, so it's probably going to be sitting for a bit, which makes me sad because it's like my masterpiece. It's like my baby because it's such a huge painting, and it has a little bit of everything that I like to do in paintings. I like the geometric sort of, you know, color fade, and I like the realism, and I like the gestural aspect of like the background or whatever. And then I really enjoy doing like hyper realism. So like that, the paper bag in the front is going to be extremely realistic. and I know I can do it. So it's just going to kind of showcase all of those, all kinds of all styles of painting that I like to do, and I think that's kind of cool. So, goodness, I'm like so out of breath, but I think I just got my breath. So, anyway, that Gamsol in a jar, I know that was forever ago, but do you remember that? So that sludge at the bottom is paint. It's basically Tort Gray. Again, I have mentioned this before, that Gamblin, which is the company that I use for both my mineral spirits. It's for that Galkyd, which is that drawing agent, the gloss medium, whatever. And all my paint is from Gamblin. And at the end of the year, all of the paint, you know, pigment that gets sucked up into their air filters or on the floor or whatever it is, goes into the Tort Gray that they give out for free at the end of the year. So every year it's like a little bit different. So it's like the Tort Gray from 2015 is going to be different from the Tort Gray from 2012 or whatever. So they are kind of known for that. So I don't know, maybe it's just a gimmick I'm buying into that I like them so much, or maybe I really just think they're a really good brand. I don't know. Anyway, so the bottom of my Gamsol is Tort Gray. So technically I could, you know, filter out the Gamsol from that sludge and just make my own Tort Gray, which would be kind of cool. I haven't used the one that I got for free because obviously I don't use Tort Gray. I just use, actually that would be kind of cool if I used, you know what, I think I might actually use that for my next painting, for my next grisaille. Instead of using just black and white, I'll use white, and I might add a little bit of black to the Tort Gray, but that would be actually kind of cool. It would be kind of greenish, and it'll have kind of a tint to it instead of just black, flat, you know, flat gray. So I could do that. That's a good idea. Hey, thanks for talking that over with me. So what else? Basically, just talk about, you know, how I mix the fade. Well, right now I have the painting like tilted towards me because I'm sitting down and I'm being lazy. I don't want to stand up because I also get in the way whenever I stand up. So I tilt it down so I can just reach those top layers, whatever. But so whenever making a shape or a plane of color, plane of value, whatever, I always do the edges first and then go in the middle. I mean, maybe that's just basic knowledge, but when I taught my kids, not my kids, the kids that I taught art lessons to, I had to like tell them that, like, do the outside first and then do the middle or whatever. I mean, you'll even see me doing it the opposite way. Like, there's one that you'll see me doing like just the middle, because that's how you paint a room, right? Like, you paint the middle of the walls and then you go back with like a smaller brush and like go around the edges. So you can do that too, that's possible. So it's really up to personal preference, but I guess when I teach my kids, I just tell them to do the edges first. So right now, see, I'm doing the edges right now. Wait, am I? I did one edge. That's what it is. So, okay. This painting is really large, so I can't really turn it as much as I would like. A smaller painting of the same nature, I would turn over so that I can get into those angles. But this one, I'm having to like tilt it forward. I have to put my hand down. Like, I'm just, it gets messy. And you'll notice I'm not even wearing gloves. This is day 2, I think. Yeah, I think this was day 2, which is strange because I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm actually wearing that shirt right now too. It's really comfy. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And it's not like 2 days in a row. It's not like back to back. So maybe it was a different day. I can't remember. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know what? This is day 2. Yes, because yeah, that's fine. I know it's day 2 and I'm wearing the same shirt on both days. Don't make fun of me. I probably didn't want to even wash it though, because I don't know, it's not like I do anything. I just sit and paint all the time every day. It's not like I'm like sweating or doing anything dirty. I mean, painting is messy, but it's not like dirty. It's not unsanitary. So what else can I tell you? I don't know. Basically, this video is going up like way out of sequence because I have so many vlogs that I need to be uploading before I even get to this point in my lifespan. Like, I don't know. It's pretty far behind, especially because it's like 2 different days. It's like they're not back-to-back days. Like, this was 4 days ago, and then they came back, and then it's like 4 days later I started doing this part right here. So I need some agua. throat sore. I've been talking all day. I'm at work. By the way, I got a job at Blick, and I've been working there, and I worked there on Tuesday from 11 until 7:30. I worked there on Wednesday from 11 to 7:30, and today I worked there from 11 to 7:30. Tomorrow is scheduled for the same shift, but I have to go to Castleberry Hill for the art stroll, so I'm scheduled from 10 to 5:30 tomorrow, which just scares me. Oh gosh. Scares me because I have to go all the way down to Atlanta by like 6 or something, 6:30, so I can set up for the art stroll that starts at 7. This is super awkward too, that I'm like even talking right now, because not my next door neighbor, but like 2 doors down is here. Yeah. And I know that he's listening to music out loud, so obviously he can like hear me talking. I don't know if he can hear what I'm saying per se, or if he just thinks that I'm, I don't know, talking, or maybe he thinks I don't know. He probably can't even hear me, because I can only hear it when I go out into the hallway. So I can't remember if it's already come up, or maybe it'll come up in a little bit, but you'll see me drinking a Sweetwater 420, a bottle. I like slowed down the video at this point and like just so that I could show the camera what I was drinking. Yeah, and that's also why this was a really short, it's also why I didn't get very much of this painting done, is because I was hanging out with my friend Luke. And the last thing that I just want to say before I let y'all go is that I painted all this in about an hour, maybe about 2 hours time, and cut it down to 12 minutes. So if that just tells you how fast it's going, I cut a lot out of just me mixing paint, because that's kind of boring. I need to get another camera, I think, for that, to show what the palette looks like, because that would be kind of interesting too if I had that as well. That's another thing I gotta learn though, is how to actually do the dual screen, but whatever, this is good for now, and thank you for watching the crude video. I did get a tripod though. I am proud of myself for that. So have a wonderful night, because it's nighttime right now, so I'm saying that to you, and love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.